This is Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wild Hydrate and available on his own. Look who it is. Hamzah Sheeraz in the house. Good to see you, bro.
Likewise, bro. All good, man. All good. Had a good camp in America, LA, back in LA. And here we are, a week and a bit away from fight night and raring to go, bro.
Yeah, obviously you have the base of your camp in Los Angeles, but I think it's fair to say you're back home when you're in London. What was your journey like getting back over? I know you dip between the two every now and then, but being here, knowing that this is now the reason you're here for the fight.
Yep.
What was it like kind of getting back over and setting yourself in?
Yeah, it's good, man. The jet lag is a killer. You know, I mean, the time, especially coming back this way, oh, mate, it's so hard. But I'm kind of getting used to it because I had to fly back for the fight promo as well. I had to do the filming for that, so I had to come back mid-camp for 2 days. So yeah, I'm kind of getting used to it. I'm slowly adjusting each time. I think it's coming up to 4 years now. So before you know it, I'll be a natural, mate.
Yeah, well, you're a natural at acting, which we're going to come on to
in a second. Yeah?
Maybe.
I thought I wasn't that good, to be fair, but it was all right.
You was all right. We'll come on to that in a sec. But, mate, I felt the jet lag for the Los Angeles Riyadh season show, which is where I saw you last, albeit briefly, ringside. I do want to cover that quickly. Mate, Terence Crawford main event. Eminem was a little co-main as well. What a Riyadh season US debut, by the way.
Crazy. I remember going there and I was chatting to Ricky beforehand. I go, what do you reckon it'll be like? And he said, it goes, it'll be like nothing that's ever happened before. And I suppose we can only thank His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and the team for bringing that razzmatazz back to boxing. Do you know what I mean? Making the best fights happen, and bringing entertainment outside of the ring as well for everyone, for the casuals and for the hardcore fans as well.
Is it nice to mix it in them Hollywood circles as well? Because even I was sitting next to Vince Vaughn.
You know what,
I was like, mate, I love Dodgeball, the film. I was sitting next to loads of actors, celebs.
You know what I mean? They were like, he was sitting right behind me. Little Baby was there walking around. All the big names were there, man. And it's kind of, when you actually see him live in the flesh, everyone's around him like flies on shit as well. Do you know what I mean? So you have to kind of play your cards right. When you get a time to say hello, you can sneak in there. Otherwise, it's a bit like you don't get the chance. But it's nice to, like you said, mix in there and especially be ringside as a Riyadh season ambassador amongst such great people.
I refuse to believe that people weren't like flies on shit on Riyadh season ambassador Hamzah Sheeraz.
Yeah, no, listen, I was just there enjoying myself, bro. There were so many big superstars. It was a bit like, I was kind of like sinking into my seat thinking, shit, what am I doing here? But no, hopefully one day I'll be one of them names, do you know what I mean?
Mate, you felt like that. Imagine how I felt. I've got to ask one thing. Did you get a picture with Eminem?
No, I didn't.
Mate, I was adamant. I was like, I've got a plan. I'm going to get near Eminem, get my picture.
You didn't get near him, did you?
If you can't get a picture of Eminem, I stood no chance.
The only thing I saw was his performance, and listen, that was unreal. You know what I mean? At least now I can say I've ticked off an Eminem live performance. Not many can say that. But yeah, the fight itself was great as well. The fights on the undercard were entertaining. And the whole experience being out in LA while I'm in camp, being able to have a little break away from the gym and being able to go and watch such great fights. Yeah, man, blessed to say the least.
Yeah, what a brilliant show, and bring on Riyadh season, Wembley, and then the beginning of actual Riyadh season in Riyadh. Right, your acting career. So you were the artist for the 5v5.
Yep.
Mad Hacker for this one. Do you like these little nicknames that you get in chucked
They're all right,
by?
They're all right, innit?
His Excellency?
Yeah, none of them kind of fit because I think I'm chill. I'm pretty chill. I think that's why they put all the ice and stuff on me in the thing. But
do you find it mad that you're a professional boxer who's going into a massive fight and there's a promo of you hanging upside down like a piece of meat in a butcher's factory?
It's mad, isn't it? And
I'll
tell you what the maddest thing was, right? Was a week before or 2 weeks before we had to do the shoot, they sent us the lyrics to Sweet Caroline. We had to learn the whole song. And before you actually have to sing lyric for lyric, you think you know the song. And then when it's time and they put a camera in your face and there's everyone in the room and you go quiet and you have to sing it, it all goes tits up. Do you know what I mean? It all goes tits up. So
you were singing in a room of people?
Yeah, we had to like...
More nervy than fighting? More nervy than fighting?
Yeah, 100%. The most awkward thing was doing the song rehearsal on Zoom when I was out in LA. So I had to sit down. I swear to God, I had to sit down on Zoom, fucking put Sweet Caroline and sing the whole song to a random people I've never met before in my life. And then when we got to filming, we had to go in like a studio, put headphones on, like a recording studio. Yeah. And then we had a whole team in there, and then we had to sing the whole song again, like proper. No, not actually. We had to actually sing it. Like you had to get your vocals out and whatnot. Oh, it was horrific, mate, horrific. But it was. Now I look back on it, what an amazing experience! What an amazing experience! Not many people can say they've done a feature with Guy Ritchie, and I got to meet him as well. So yeah, unreal.
Mate, brilliant. No matter how good you are at boxing, you still got to do your auditions on Zoom. I love it.
I might go on X Factor next year. You might see me singing Sweet Caroline.
Now you're taking the piss. Now you're taking the piss. Right, to the boxing. Tyler Denny, Wembley Stadium. We spoke at the launch press conference. I just want to know, as a fighter, when you've got a fight that is, well, not arguably, stage-wise anyway, the biggest fight that you've had in your career, how much do you think about Tyler Denny as an opponent? Because are you one who sits there all day, kind of not getting obsessive, but you're like, I wonder what Tyler's doing. Yeah. Is he training? Is he running? What's he having for breakfast?
Yeah.
Is that what you like with an opponent?
It doesn't become an obsession like that, Oscar, but it more becomes an obsession of what he's going to do in a ring. So you'll be chilling and you think, all right, certain situations, what am I going to do if he does this? What am I going to do if this happens? And I don't think bad situations, I think good situations and realistic situations as well. So I wouldn't say it's me being nervous or me doubting myself. It's more just being ready for any version Tyler Denny brings of himself.
Yeah, I mean, with Ammo Williams, you've got a little bit of spite from him anyway, kind of getting right in your face and I guess trying to play the game a little bit, whether there was actual bad blood from his side, I guess we'd have to ask him, but trying to play the game a little bit. Yeah. Is that something you're probably not expecting from Tyler Denny?
Yeah, I'm not.
I mean, you never know.
You never know because fighters do switch up on fight week. You know, when testosterone's at its highest and you're only a few days away from the fight and you know every little 1% kind of counts. But at least I can say I've been there with Ammo Williams, and I think he was talking the most shit I've ever been spoken to. But it was a good experience having him up all in my face, saying this, saying that. It only kind of got more out of me as a fighter. So yeah, let's see what happens fight week.
Did it make the win much more sweeter because your career is not based on your win over Ammo Williams? You want to go and do bigger and better things. But did it make the win that little bit more sweeter?
Yeah, it did. Because especially when I got the knockout as well, it's like, all right, here we go. But you know what the thing is, I didn't think that I'd really like him after the fight, but he's a sound guy, man. He's a sound guy. He was a nice guy, very, very respectful. Do
you find it hard to dislike people in boxing, even if they're in your kind of weight category, they're in and around your scene?
It is, unless it's like really, there's something deeper than just promoting the fight, then there is. But me, I understand. You know what I understand, Oscar, and some fighters get it twisted, is that when it's all said and done, all the fighters are trying to do, I put food on the plate for their families. It's literally, it's as simple as that. So, yeah, it's fun talking shit here and there, but once you understand that there's more to life than boxing, and there's more to life than when boxing stops. That's because I always said when boxing stops, that's when life for me really begins. Do you know what I mean? When you settle down, have a family, have kids, and you can enjoy yourself. So I understand. My mentality is slightly different. Some fighters might say it's a bit too relaxed. Some fighters might say he's not hungry enough, but I know what I am.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that mentality of life kind of starts once you finish your boxing career. So I guess you're working for what you can do kind of in your future. If you're to go in and stop Tyler Denny, who has proved an awkward customer, as we saw, especially for Felix Cash, has proved an awkward customer for a lot of fighters. If you're to go in and stop him, what sort of statement do you send to the guys in your division?
It's a big statement. But I think now it's kind of become expected of me. It's kind of become expected of me. Do you know what I mean? So now it comes to a point where when I go in the ring, I think, forget the knockout. I want to show people I can actually jab. I can actually throw a right hand. I can use my feet. I have good defence. So I always have something to show. And always in my mind, in order to become a complete fighter like the Canelos and like the Golovkins and the Floyd Mayweathers and you name it, you need to show you can do a bit of everything. And I still got a lot to show yet. So in terms of what statement it sends out, I don't really think it sends out a big statement, if I'm honest. But it just goes to show that the power is real.
Yeah, mate, I can't wait. It's going to be a brilliant fight, a brilliant night. If I could ask you what your favourite fight is, and we'll exclude AJ and Daniel Dubois off this. What's your favourite fight on the undercard?
Let's go through the fights. Who we've got? We've got Hutchinson and
Joshua Buatsi.
Great fight.
Josh Warren and Anthony Kakachi.
Yeah.
Liam Smith, Josh Kelly.
That's a good fight. And they're fighting at 160 as well. Do you know what I mean?
It's a brilliant fight, isn't it? Liam Smith, Josh
Kelly. Yeah. So listen, if I had to put money on that fight, I'd have to edge towards Liam Smith.
Just on an experience basis?
Experience, and he's adamant that his last fight, his preparation didn't go well. And I kind of believe it because his performances, even when he's lost, have kind of been consistent. They've been consistent. So, yeah, if I had to put my money on it, I'd put it on Smith. But then listen, all the fights are great fights. They're good fights. And one fight I'm really happy for, to say the least, is Mark Chamberlain's opponent. What's his name?
Josh Padley.
Yeah, that's it, Josh Padley. Listen, when I was on the stage chatting to him at the press conference, he goes, listen, I was just driving my van to work this morning and I got the call and I got life-changing money and whatnot. So, aside from the great fights and the world title challenges and whatnot, you got His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, you've got Spencer Brown giving these fighters the opportunity to change their lives, man, and this is great. Honestly, it's heartwarming to say the least, Oscar.
Yeah, no, like you said, really delighted for Josh Padley. The fact you can be driving your van to work and then
Mad,
be fighting at Wembley Stadium.
It just goes to show, like, when I was sitting there, I was thinking, cool, man, I'm lucky. I'm a very, very lucky fighter to be able to go out to LA, invest, to be able to earn enough to invest into myself, to have the sponsorship help I've had in my career. So, yeah, man, I'm definitely blessed, to say the least.
Yeah, very humble with it too, which I like. Right, you mentioned Liam Smith, and I guess we can kind of worm our way towards Chris Eubank if you mention the name of Liam Smith.
Yeah.
I know, obviously, September 21st is about you, and this media day is about you.
Yep.
But it'd be wrong if I didn't ask what you thought of his fight with Kamil Zerameta.
I think there's listen, the example I gave, right? He classes himself as a world level fighter, someone who's in the sport to do great things. And then he's come back and he's fighting, how do you say, Zerameta. It makes no sense, to be honest with you. And I know they say warm-up fights, but listen, look at Crawford. He had a year and a bit out, and he come back against Madrimov, his number one contender, a serious fighter. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, if you stay consistent in the gym enough, you don't really need warm-up fights, and especially when you're at that level. Because you're only fooling the public. Do you know what I mean? There's only a certain amount of times the public are going to really tune in to watch you before they kind of write you off. So my respect for him has kind of gone down a little bit, because I thought he could have taken a much more meaningful and a more competitive fight. But listen, I'm not writing off Zerameta either. Do you know what I mean? He's only been stopped by, was it Golovkin? So yeah, man, he's a serious fighter. But there was definitely bigger names for Chris Eubank Jr. to fight than him.
When I spoke to the boss, Frank Warren, in Liverpool at the Nick Ball press conference, he had quite a few choice words to say about Chris Eubank. Did you see that?
I did see it, yep, I did see it.
He also asked me to put Chris Eubank on the spot, which I haven't had the chance to do. I have to say, Frank, apologies. He's adamant that, not just you, Denzel Bentley as well, he is adamant that Chris Eubank Jr. will not fight you regardless. I don't care what's on the line, what money they're throwing at him. Frank is adamant that you and him just don't ever see each other in the ring.
Yeah, Frank's been in the sport long enough to know the outcomes of most situations. So if he's saying that, the probability of it is pretty true. I'd like to think otherwise, but I think what I got to do now, the most realistic thing for me to do now would be to go and win a world title and then call for that fight. And then it's like, if he says no then it's just straight, like, you're a pussy. It's as simple as that.
Love it. Hamzah, pleasure. Just one more thing for those who will be wondering, what does between now and fight night look like for you?
Just winding down, really. Winding down, weight's good, sparring's good.
You're winding down, like you were gamer, music?
No, don't game, because if I had a PS5, bro, I wouldn't get off it. I seriously wouldn't get off it. I wouldn't sleep or nothing like that. So it's just chilling, really, just relaxing with the team. I've got Adil Ditter in camp as well now, one of my advisors. He's been with us and he's a good crack to have in camp, man. He's a real laugh and he's helped me a lot as well. And there's not a lot of people like him in the sport of boxing. Not even in the sport of boxing, but just in the world in general. You know what I mean? He's a very, very successful businessman, and he's kind of gone off track from what he normally does to help me better my career. So just a huge shout out to him.